That I don't know. Did he cure his cancer? Well, probably not because he's an amputee. That kind of sucks. Man, fuck cancer. Fuck cancer. So cringe.
Welcome guys to another episode of Skywars. We're using some old footage. It's because I actually have to edit this video with one arm, which is a bit of a spoiler for the rest of the video, but we'll get into that later. First, I just want to say that last year Tommy and I had 4 million subscribers, and I confidently told him, bro, 2021 we're both hitting 10 million subscribers, and now it's the last week of December and I'm at 9.6 million like a loser. Okay, but we can still make it. We can still make it to 10 mil this year. Hit the subscribe button, please, one last push. So you guys know I've been going through chemo and radiation therapy, and this has all been in preparation for a surgery to actually remove the tumor. And so in early October, I'm talking to my surgeon, and he's not coming out and saying this 100%, but the vibe I'm getting is that he thinks it's going to be necessary to amputate my right arm to actually get the cancer. And so, you know, I'm preparing for this like anybody would. I got a Google Doc open. I'm writing down all the jokes I'll be able to tell when I have one arm, like if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Oh,
so anyways, 2 weeks later my
no!
doctors get together and they're like, you know, that tumor's got a real nice blood supply. What if we did a little trolling? And so they did a procedure called an embolization, where they actually physically like went through my blood vessels and sealed off 80% of the blood flow to the tumor. And I gotta say, it was not a big fan of this development. It was extremely trolled, which, as it turns out, is unbelievably painful. So that's why I didn't make content in October. But I gotta say, it worked out pretty well. So a week later, I go to meet up with my oncologist, who pokes my tumor a bit and goes, wow, treatment is going fantastic. This is amazing. Oh, your arm? Yeah. Don't even worry about your arm, bro. Your arm's going to be fine. And I'm like, oh, so this is pretty nice, you know? Having 2 arms is pretty convenient. I'd like to continue this trend. And so 3 days later, I have an appointment with my radiation therapist, who tells me, oh, yes, I actually just had a meeting with your surgeon, and we've been going over the post-embolization scan, and we've determined that the cells dying off have caused the tumor to swell dangerously, and we need to cancel all treatment and amputate your right arm next week, and it might be too late. And I'm like, Hey, I thought things were good. And then my surgeon calls mid-appointment and has me schedule an appointment so that my family and I can make, and I'm quoting directly, a difficult decision. At this point, I'm sitting here like, goodbye, right arm.
Fuck that.
We've had a good 22 years. We've won a lot of Minecraft tournaments, but you did mess up mitosis. You've got no one to blame but yourself. Take some responsibility. Fast forward a few days, I'm sitting there in the waiting room with my mom, waiting to meet with the surgeon, and the receptionist has handed me a form to fill out information like, oh, have you had any past surgeries before? Which I really hope they would already know about, but, you know, it's probably a worthwhile redundancy to have. But I don't remember all the exact dates I had them on, so I pull out my phone to look it up, and when I pull out my phone, I see, oh, hey, I have a new procedure scheduled on November 8th, and it's called arm amputation. Hey, I think I know how this meeting's gonna go. I just found it so funny though, because like, why would they call the procedure arm amputation? Like you're gonna get the tumor as well, right? Like, isn't that the important thing? Like, I'm gonna wake up on the operating room table, and I'm gonna like push myself up with my one arm, and I'm gonna be like, Doc, did you get the cancer? And he's gonna be like, you have cancer? Arm. Wow, that's crazy. You should see a doctor about that. I showed the schedule to my mom, but for some reason she didn't find it as funny as I did. So at this point, I've completely given up on keeping both of my arms, and I'm just hoping I can get an amputation, because they were saying it might be too late, and that just sounded a little ominous.
What do you mean too late?
So we get called in to meet with the surgeon, and he says there's 2 different operations we could have, and he's reasonably confident he could do either of them successfully. And so our first option is to have a limb salvage procedure, where they remove a couple muscles, a bit of bone, but they get the tumor out, and you basically keep your whole arm. Or the second option, we could just do a 4-quarter amputation. So my mom asks, if this was your child, what would you do? And he says, yeah, I'd probably keep the arm. And I'm like, would amputating increase my survival odds compared to the other one? And he goes, no, not really.
Then why didn't you do that?
Why would anyone do that?
Yeah, why would anyone just
Why was
chop
this
off your
presented as an
arm?
option? So yeah, we decided to do the first one, and he turns to his computer and goes, "All right." And according to the
Why didn't they
scan
just do
here,
that
the
at the
situation
start?
seems pretty safe right now. So we can go ahead and postpone the procedure another 10 days to give your body time to heal from
Fucking
radiation. And I'm
hell.
like, according to the scan, bro, that's the same scan you guys had last week.
Yeah, what
That's
the
the
fuck?
same picture you looked at a few days ago and had me thinking I was on death's doorstep. Whatever. So a week goes by and I'm meeting with my surgeon again, and he's
God
showing
damn
me
it.
the scan and explaining that this is my brachial plexus, and it basically contains all the nerves that allows my right arm to function. And here's the cancer right next to it. And as you can see, there's a tiny white line between them, maybe 2 millimeters wide or something. And that tiny white line means he can probably save the brachial plexus. And I'm sitting here like, eh?
Bro, my brain just like focused on the game so hard I forgot everything he just
And
said.
he's showing me the scan and explaining that this is my brachial plexus, and it basically contains all the nerves that allows my right arm to function. And here's the cancer right next to it. And as you can see, there's a tiny white line between them, maybe 2 millimeters wide or something. And that tiny white line means he can probably save the brachial plexus. And I'm sitting here like, eh?
What
Hey,
the
my right
fuck is
arm's
that?
endangered. What? You're telling me if it expands even slightly, my right arm is screwed? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. Also,
do
we
the
have to
fucking-
postpone another 2 weeks because all the plastic
Oh
surgeons
my
are busy.
God.
And I'm like, eh? And at this point, my last chemotherapy had already been canceled because they thought I need to do an amputation, and
That's
they
so
can't
annoying.
give you chemo 3 weeks prior to a procedure. So I've already gone a month without it. And now they're sitting here like, yeah, just wait another 2.5 weeks without treatment. It'll be fine. Fortunately, later that week, we got back the results from this fancy genome sequencing we had done of the tumor, which showed I was eligible for immunotherapy. So they got me started on that. 2 weeks go by, and I finally have the surgery. No more delays. And my memory of it is basically that they wheeled me in there in the very early morning, and then I woke up the next day and proceeded to have the worst week of my life by far. So I wake up and my right arm can't move, which is pretty expected, but what's less expected for me is that my left leg can't move either and is covered in bandages. So basically I knew that to reconstruct my shoulder after the surgery, they needed to take some muscle and skin from elsewhere on the body, but I thought they were going to take the muscle from my back, from the latissimus dorsi, and I was fine with that because ain't nobody care about the latissimus dorsi. It's like the most worthless muscle. But instead, they took it out of my quadriceps.
Where the fuck is that?
That's like my best muscle. That's what people
Oh.
say about Technoblade, alright? They'd be like, alright, Technoblade, he's weak, he's frail, he's a gamer, but man, does he have quads. And now there's a slice in him.
yeah.
I'm going to save most of the details for that post-surgery week for a later time, although one of the things I'd like to say is that they would wake me up literally every hour. I'd be like shaken awake. They'd be like, dude, wake up! You need to take your sleeping pills! But anyways, the surgery itself was a massive success. Let me tell you guys all the muscles and bones I lost, because I find this interesting. So they had a full removal of my right pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, and short bicep brachii.
Oh yeah, I know every one of these.
Brachii,
That's
I don't know
right
how to pronounce that
here.
one,
That's
as well
right
as 30% of my
here,
deltoid
here,
muscle,
up
and in
here,
the left leg, 30% of the
over
vastus
here.
lateralis, which is the muscle that lets you extend
That's
your leg
fucking
out.
terrifying though.
But the thing is, I told you guys earlier, I have legendary quads, bro. So only having 70% of that just brings me down to like mortal levels. I'm gonna be fine. My upper body strength wasn't as legendary. I think that's kind of been steamrolled forever. I think I'm gonna have to cancel my unannounced boxing match with Floyd Mayweather, but besides that, we're good.
Sad.
Also, they removed my right clavicle. You know how ordinary humans have 206 bones? I
Yeah,
have 205, and I'm not about to let people forget it.
That's
You guys
kinda
still
cool.
have 206
kinda cool.
bones?
Crazy.
And you're not embarrassed? You're telling me you guys go
Hey, man.
around
Hey, I'm
every day,
sorry.
living your lives, taking yourselves seriously
Hey.
when you know deep down
Hey,
you have 206
Hey.
bones in
Hey.
your body?
hey,
That is
That's
just
not
that is a
nice.
ridiculous amount of bones to
Hey.
have. I am sorry. That is an excessive amount
man,
of
it's
bones.
just one
Okay, me
less. It's
personally,
just one
I got
more.
205 bones, very reasonable number, but I'm just built different like that.
Hey.
And in exchange for all of those things,
Hey.
I now have
Fuck.
99.9% less cancer than I used to, which is pretty
Yeah.
great. World of difference between that at 100%, but so far everything is going according to plan. The last tiny bit is going to be it's going to be a bit trickier, but we have a couple treatment methods which could hopefully take that out. So
Surely.
fingers crossed on that one. So anyways, that's where I've been the last couple months. I remember at the time I got a lot of comments asking, Technoblade, why didn't you sign up for MCC All-Stars? And I can finally say that the reason I didn't sign up was because I had an amputation scheduled 5 days earlier. So
Dude, come on. No, that's not a fucking excuse. That is not an excuse.
isn't that such a dramatic reason? People were going, Technoblade's the only one that can save us from the dream team, and I'm sitting here like, bro, I ain't even gonna
Don't have
have
an
two
arm.
arms. Relax, you gotta find someone else. My one regret is that I had to spend a week in the hospital post-surgery and then another week and a half in an assisted nursing facility to get physical
Fucking
therapy.
hell.
And I only just got out. And it's already like the end of December, bro. I missed out on all that sweet December ad revenue.
No!
If you don't know December, that's when YouTubers make bank, bro.
That's
That's
so
when
true.
they get paid. And I was gone for like all of it. So I gotta plug the merch. Technoblade.com. I sell hoodies and t-shirts. Consider it. See if any of the designs look interesting to you. I'm
I
just saying,
sneeze.
link in the description. Alright, so yeah, that's all I actually
Okay.
edited this video in a wheelchair with my right arm in a sling. I am owned right now.
That's crazy,
It was actually hilarious. My mom was like wheeling me out of a doctor's appointment and a car like paused and we weren't sure which one of us was gonna go first, and I just told my mom, dude, just go. I'm in a wheelchair
Just
and an
go.
arm sling. He's letting us go first. I've maxed out the pity factor, dude. The only way it could get worse is if I was still bald, but I've been off chemo, so my hair.
Yeah, we got
But
hair!
yeah, I've maxed out the pity factor, but contrary to my physical appearance, I am vibing, bro. I'm doing good. So
Let's go.
I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys next time, which will probably not be for a few weeks because I'm not allowed to
Smiles
move my
in
right arm right now. But
chat.
I will see you then. And I hope this video wasn't too heavy for you guys. Oh, actually, let me tell you, I had a separate content plan for if they actually amputated my right arm. And you want to know how I would have announced that I only had one arm?
Oh no.
The video was going to be titled 10 million subscriber elbow reveal. I was going to traumatize millions.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would have been the most legendary
just had, like,
reveal of
this.
all time, bro. Oh, it's not meant to be.
It's
Oh,
not
well.
meant to be.
I'll see you guys
Sag.
next time.
Sag. That's crazy though. Like, oh my god, I could not imagine having one arm. Like, I would not live. Like, luckily you can get like robot stuff, but it's just not the same. Holy moly. Holy moly. And like, imagine if like, nah, bro, that sounds so stressful. The fucking doctors are like, oh, reschedule. Oh, you're actually gonna die tomorrow. Oh, sorry, we got it all wrong. You'll be fine for another 2 weeks. Oh no, you're gonna have to get surgery right now, or you're gonna die. Actually, on second thought, you'll be fine for another week. Oh, but that'll cost $10 million. So, you know, $10 million, or, you know, you die. I'm sorry, but that's just how it. Fam, that sounds so stressful. But I love how Techno's, you know, sort of making a joke out of it. You know, not making a joke out of it, but like he's happy thoughts, and he's laughing about it. It must suck, and I would fucking hate it, but that's the only way. Personally, that's how I think. You get better. You know, make jokes about it. You laugh about it. Funny, fun. Happy. Smile. You know, that's the only way you get better. That's what I think. I don't know. Oogity boogity woogity woo.